Good morning. This will be the week one for the introduction to the philosophy of the human person. We will start by discussing what is philosophy. So, marinig pa lang natin yung salita na philosophy, parang medyo meron na tayong takot. Kasi kailangan mag-isip na malalim, tama? So, it came from the Greek word philosophia, which means the love of wisdom. This love for wisdom or love of wisdom can be traced way back. So, napakatagal ng panahon nang mag-umpisang pag-aralan kung ano tong philosophy na to. Now, to make this lecture simple, okay, I'd like you to read this one. Okay, it says here, philosophy is not just the presence of brilliant and eccentric thinkers. Anong bang ibig sabihin nitong mga salita na to? So, here, sinasabi na hindi lamang, ang filosofiya ay hindi lamang para sa mga malalalim mag-isip o sa mga brilliant, kakaiba o natatanging pag-iisip ng mga philosophers. Pag sinabing eccentric thinkers, ito yung mga parang mga weirdo, kakaiba o out of the box mag-isip ng mga tao. Okay? So, sinasabi na hindi lang ito para sa, kumbaga, kung tawagin natin matatalinong tao. Yung philosophy is not for the brilliant and eccentric thinkers, but rather of the baw sa moments. Bakit baw sa moments? Ano ba yung baw sa moments na yan? Okay? Every one of us, nagkakaroon tayo ng ganitong klaseng moments na sabaw moments, di ba? Sabihin, parang bigla ka na lang natulala sa isang tinitignan mo. O habang nagdi-discuss si teacher, bigla mong naisip kung ano ba talagang masarap na ulam o anong bibili mo sa kantin. Okay? Those scenarios, kung uugatin natin, maililink natin sa tinatawag natin sa pag-aaral ng philosophy. Pero syempre, take note na hindi lang pwedeng puro sabaw moments na lang. Okay? What I mean is, yung ating capability na mag-isip ng malalim, yun yung pinaka-focus ng pag-aaral ng philosophy. Yung hindi lang natin hahayaan yung mga bagay-bagay tulad ng sa sinasabi lang ng iba. Yung papag-isipan natin siya ng malalim talaga. Okay? So, sagutin natin to. How do you understand the statement of Socrates when he said that the unexamined life is not worth living? Ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Ayon sa isa sa kilalang philosopher, the unexamined life is not worth living. So, Socrates is saying na kung tayo parang go with the flow na lang palagi at hindi natin pinapag-isipan mabuti what's the purpose, what's my goal in life, parang walang worth yung buhay natin. So, every day, our encounters, our experiences, we are examining, we are reflecting, and with those reflections and examinations, we do our decisions. And Socrates is pointing out that we have to think. We have to use our mind in doing things. Doing simple things or doing having big decisions in life. You have to examine. That's the point of Socrates in his praise. Like for example, he says here, I know that tomato is a fruit. We all know that tomato is a fruit. Now, if we will use philosophy, we will philosophize, we will ask ourselves with this particular praise that tomato is a fruit, you will ask, is it really a fruit? What other things can you ask? What are the things that I can do using tomatoes? Now, when you start asking questions about that particular statement, you're actually using philosophy, or you're actually philosophizing. Okay? So, my point is, we don't settle with a statement given to us. We ask questions, and through this asking questions, we we come up with the idea for ourselves, and that's the main purpose of philosophy. Now, along this notion of philosophy, the whole discipline, one familiar concept is the concept of knowledge. Okay, as you can see here, it's knowledge versus wisdom. Ano nga ba yung difference itong dalawa na to? Yung knowledge sa wisdom na ito. If you will use this in a question, okay, I have the knowledge about philosophy. I have the wisdom about philosophy. Parang magkaiba yung ibig niyang sabihin. Okay? And to make this short, when we say knowledge, these are the things that we learn. For example, in school, we learn how to compute. Now, when we say wisdom, it's like a deeper understanding of those informations. Now, when we have attained knowledge, we have the information, and then those information that we gathered, we apply it to our daily lives. We apply it in our life, and when we applied those knowledge, now we can consider that as having wisdom. So, kung kayo ay tatanungin, ano bang mas malalim? Having knowledge or having wisdom? Okay, you can clearly say that having wisdom is deeper. You have deeper understanding of what the information is and how you will apply it in your life if you have this wisdom. Okay, now, to attain wisdom, we have these two things. You have to have the patience and humility. Bakit kaya niya sinabing patience and humility? Okay, because when we say you want to acquire or you want to attain wisdom, you have to be patient. Patient in a sense that you have to study, you have to know things, you have to digest every information. And then also the second requirement, which is humility, because when you have all those information, you have to have this responsibility on applying that information or not applying that information in your life. You have to be humble, and you don't have to be so corrective to other people. Since you have that information, you want to correct them every time. Okay, so those two things you need to have is that patience and humility in order for you to become a wise person. Para masabi na meron kang wisdom, kailangan meron ka ng dalawa na yun. Okay, also, as you can see here, wisdom is not the product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. This is according to Albert Einstein. Okay, when we say it's not a product of schooling, sir, paano yan? Hindi naman pala ako magkakaroon ng wisdom sa pag-school. Bakit papasok pa ako? Bakit sasagutan ko pa itong mga modules na to? Okay, the point of Einstein here is that it is not a product of schooling, but in a lifelong attempt to acquire it. Meaning, all the information that you have gathered in school, you have to apply it. You have to apply it in real life in order for you to have wisdom. Okay, because it is a lifelong attempt to acquire it. Meaning, right after school o kahit matapos na tayo mag-aral, hindi lang doon natatapos yung ating paghahanap ng knowledge, ng wisdom na ito. Okay, knowledge o wisdom na ito. Okay, let's say I learn how to multiply in school. That's knowledge. Now, when you have applied that multiplication, when you are in the store and you want to buy something, okay, now if you have applied that knowledge, now we can say that you have acquired the wisdom to multiply. So that's how it goes. Now, with those information about knowledge and wisdom, I want to share something. Okay, it's a proposition, or it's a theory from a psychologist named Erickson. Okay, this is to further explain how we will acquire wisdom according to psychology. So, as you can see here, we have the different psychosocial stages. We have 8 according to Erickson. Okay, all of these stages we experience as we grow old, from infancy to maturity hanggang sa mamatay na death. Okay? So, according to Erickson, there's a psychosocial crisis, meaning may conflict tayo habang lumalaki. For example, the first one, trust versus mistrust. Parang naglalaban yung dalawa na yun. And ano bang mas maigi? Kailangan ba yung trust or yung mistrust? Now, you can say na, sir, siyempre dapat yung trust kasi mistrust negative yun. Okay, but then the concept of Erickson, according to him, hindi pwedeng trust lang. Kailangan para mas lumaki tayo na maayos o wala tayong maging conflict paglaki natin, kailangan meron din tayong na-experience sa mistrust. Kailangan balance yung dalawa, trust and mistrust, and all of the conflicts dun sa stages na yun. Now, pag na-balance natin siya, ma-acquire natin yung tinatawag nating basic virtue. For example, nung infant ako, from 0 to 1.5 years, na-balance ko yung trust and mistrust. Magkakaroon ako ng tinatawag nating virtue of hope. Okay? Paano mo mababalance yun? Trust. You trust your primary caregiver, the mother, na kapag umiyak ako, pupunta siya para bigyan ako ng gatas. Now, kung palagi ka na lang habang umiyak, pinibigyan ka kagad ng gatas, hindi yun mababalance. There are times na kunwari, gabi, natutulog talaga yung nanay mo, no? Iyak ka ng iyak, gusto mong uminom ng gatas, hindi niya mabibigay. Now, you develop that mistrust. So, kailangan balance lang siya para na-acquire mo yung virtue of hope. Now, if you will notice, down to the 8th stage, which is ego, integrity, and despair, you will acquire wisdom. Anong edad yun? That's 65 years old pataas. So, according to Erickson, without to make this proposition short, we only acquire wisdom at a mature age of 65. Okay, that could be a question. Naniniwala ba kayo na maka-acquire lang natin yung wisdom kapag 65 na tayo? Okay, this is the perception of psychologists, that the true wisdom we acquire when we have experienced life. Okay, when we have lived our life. Okay, so that's the discussion about philosophy. Now, I just want to have a summary of the concept. We defined philosophy, and then we examine knowledge versus wisdom, and we try to explain how we acquire that wisdom. Okay, if you have other questions, you can direct message me, and that's it for the first video clip. Thank you.